Whoa. 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 Tap in with your kinfolk, you building a knot. Got the keys to the city when the city is locked. Open your mind, you can see the culture defined. Through the music and lifestyle, get deep in the lines. Seeking you find, we just want our people to shine. On that platform, you can rewind. This is bigger than some content, you can decide. That the keys to the city podcast is a vibe. Tap in.
Welcome back to another episode of Key to the City podcast. We sure appreciate y'all joining us for episode 9. Shout out to everybody that's been tapping in with the boy since the beginning. We appreciate your comments, your love, support, your like, your shares, telling your mama and them, everybody like that. I want to give a shout out to the Thanksgiving collection. That's what I call them. They don't officially have a group name, but shout out to the guys, Coke Boomaye, Hollywood Luck, Tricky Hudson, DONO Vegas, my dog Savvy, and Charles Palmer, the P. Diddy of the city. They'll be putting together the Thanksgiving experience. That's going down Wednesday, November 22nd. I think that is the day before Thanksgiving. So at Doolin Hall and Fondren. So make sure y'all get out there and support, man. They doing major things for the city. And yeah, go out there and show your love. And just like with our past episodes, this episode is no different. We're going to keep hitting you in the head with quality content and quality guests. And on today's episode, we have a budding singer and songwriter. She's just a vibe. I love her music. She's straight out of the city, straight out of the Jack. And she describes her style as like urban gospel with a fusion of neo soul. So yeah, definitely music to, I use her music to study to, just relax if I want to sit on the balcony or something, you know, and do a little something, or just be stress free, man. She give me that type of vibe. And you probably seen on the scene at Jackson Indie Music Week earlier this year, doing her thing. And she also get down with that bass and that lead guitar, man. So she just very well rounded. So we're gonna find out more about her journey. Y'all want to check out some of her vibes on iTunes. Check out Keep Fighting, What You Living For, and my favorite, Listen, I'm Talking to You. That thing is a vibe right there, so make sure y'all check that out. But yeah, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, my kinfolk, welcome to the city. The young queen, Allie Durr. What's going on, queen?
Hey, how's everybody doing?
Everybody doing well. I pronounced your name right, Allie.
Yeah, you did. You did.
All right,
You did.
all right, all right. How your day going so far? You making it?
It's going. I'm making it. It's morning time, so I got the morning tone.
Yeah.
Excuse the stuttering.
No, it's all good. And you my earliest interview thus far this season. I'm
Okay.
usually not a morning person, but no, I take that back. I get up and work out every now and then, but it's a different vibe. So I appreciate you bringing this new vibe, this new morning vibe. You made me want to start a morning show. So I sure enough appreciate you. But we glad to have you in the city, Miss Allie Durr. Like I was telling my audience, you definitely a vibe. So anybody, I love my platform because anybody that I'm curious about and want to find out more about, I definitely try to reach out to. So I'm glad you felt me special enough to respond and hit your boy back. And I sure enough appreciate you. So I already know you from Jackson. You from the city. And I just want to jump right into your you come from a singing family, correct?
I do.
And at what age would you say it was that you recognized that you really had an affinity for music? It was really like life changing for you, made an impact for you.
Well, I would say in my adult years, but I started singing in the church choir when I was younger, and my mother, she observed that I knew how to clap on beat. I knew every song. I knew the soloist. I knew her part. or his part. I knew the background part. And she just kept me into music with, school choirs and church choirs and community choirs. And when I was a preteen, me and a few of my cousins were in an ensemble. We sung gospel music, and people would invite us to sing at their events and things like that. And so when I got to college, I was a part of the JSU ensemble as well, and
Okay.
I got out the choir after Dr. Castilla passed.
Mm.
And so I started just focusing on art and graphics and visuals, and because it's what I majored in at Jackson State.
Okay.
And so when I got to that part, I really loved what I did, and I just knew music. I always had that, so I'm like, why would I want to major in music? I got that already. I want to do something different.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't until 2020, in the pandemic,
Wow.
where it actually called me in, like, and that's when I came up. That's when I delivered the song "What You Living For,"
Mm-hmm.
and it was written as a poem, and then I went back. I was led back into it to put it into a song after the event with George Floyd and different things that was going on while we were in the pandemic, and how there was riots and
Right.
and things like that. And so I just really took that time out just to observe and just be led to deliver such a song. And when I tell you, when that song was out there, I didn't realize how such an impact it was, because I'm like, I'm just putting music out here. That's in
Mm-hmm.
my head. But it's
Right.
like how I was being led was to be an impact and making it effective to
Mm-hmm.
the people that needs to hear it. And so I was like, wow. And from that point on, I had my first show in 2021 at Urban Fox's After Hours concert.
Yeah. Shout out to
And
Urban Foxes.
yeah, Urban Fox's, they took care of me. Cody, his
Yeah.
people, they take care of me all the time. But before then, I had a tragedy where I lost my father.
Mm.
I lost
My
my
condolences.
father. Thank you. I lost my father 3 months before my actual show
Mm-hmm.
in 2021. So I was talking to him about it, some months back before then. I was like, well, Pops, I got a show coming up in 2021. In December 2021, I was like, I'm excited, but I'm a little nervous. I was like, I get to perform my song. And he was telling me some things to do, as far as being a musician. He was like, I think you should play your guitar, and,
Mm.
learn it more. And so that way, if you can't have a band, you got your guitar, you got your voice, and, you just make a profit off of that. So he was thinking kind of like, money wise,
Mm-hmm.
not me spending so much money out, but just using what I have and just being a creative at that point. So, but unfortunately, he did not make that performance, but
Mm.
I did play my guitar at that performance for him. And when I performed that show,
I
I
bet that
knew
was
then
emotional.
it was very emotional. And um, when I got on the stage, I would say the stage, but when I performed, it's like I couldn't see nobody in the room.
Mm.
And it was more so like I was speaking and being expressive in another way.
Yeah.
And I just knew I just wanted to represent him, give him 100% of what he was teaching me about just being a performer and a creative. And like I said, I got to give my all. I said, it's people in here, and they expect to see a good show. So I'm going to give them what they came here for.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a great performance for me, starting off my first time doing a show, with a live band and singers. And um, yeah, it was fun. It was fun, but it was definitely emotional because he wasn't there.
Mm-hmm.
But I knew he had faith in me to do a good job at, music,
Mm. When
because he
did you
was my
notice?
biggest fan.
When did you notice that? What You Living For was having such an impact? Were you getting like DMs or people resharing the content or what?
Yes, I was getting DMs um, from a lot of people,
Mm-hmm.
and people were calling me, was like, "Whoa, is that you?" I was like, "Yeah, that's me." And some people that some I would call them big time musicians, which they are. That's from like in LA, in different areas that played with um, Tony Band and
Mm-hmm.
and different artists that they play for. I shared my music with them, and they shared my music with other people. And so just my
Mm-hmm.
bravery of like, hey, I want you guys to hear this song or whatever that I developed in. And they really love the song. And from that point on, my connections like with different artists just started to blossom just by that one song.
Mm-hmm.
And they started to notice me, they started to notice my sound, and it's people still today, like I still listen to that song. Like it's such a vibe. Like I listen to it every morning. And so I'm grateful, and it makes me happy to know that other people are being appreciative of what you put out, your art that you put out there. Because first I was like, I don't know how this song gonna do, but I'm gonna put it out there, and
Mm-hmm.
that's just my thinking, a
We
little
hard on
ounce of me.
ourselves.
Yeah, yeah, man.
And you
It's
never know, like we all at least we know someone's listening, but you never really know to the impact they have on you till you reach out. And it could come at a moment when, let's say you was at a moment where you was at the crossroads and thinking about quitting, that's when you'll get a message like that song really touched me, such and such, or something that inspire you to keep on pushing.
yes, and you so right, because oftentimes since I started the solo career, um, I've had some good days and I've had some bad days, and those bad days was mostly dealing with myself,
Mm-hmm.
and being a creative and just having spaces where I can't think, I can't create, I can't
Mm-hmm.
process, I don't get enough rest. I'm like, maybe it's not for me. Maybe it's just a season for this in time. But it's always somebody that I say that God sends your way to be like, what you
Come on.
working on?
Mm-hmm.
What you doing? How's
Yeah.
this coming? And I'm like, okay, since you tell me, okay, I'm gonna just keep moving. I'm gonna keep, even with me playing bass. I know you asked me that yet, but I'm gonna just throw it out there.
It's all good. That's a good
Even
segue.
even with me playing bass, I have a lot of bass friends, and they always would ask me, when you play the bass, how the bass coming? You've been
Mm-hmm.
playing, you've been practicing. You should play your bass at your shows. And they give, and I love that, because it's like, you know, I can have self doubt, but then it's like there's people that actually believe in you, so you need to pick up that bass, you need to play it. How the
Right.
guitar coming? So I appreciate that, and it goes a long way, um, for me being an artist and allowing people to see another side of me other than the vocals. So
Did you produce as well? Like as
I
far
do.
as did you do the tracks for What Are You Living For?
Now I didn't do the tracks.
Okay.
The producer was Terrence Evans.
Okay.
He produced it. I wrote it. I gave him the sound of what I wanted to hear, and he just took his magic from there. So I can say that I produced.
I'm
Yeah,
always intrigued by like, can you read music?
I can read
Or you
music.
about to say, see, that's so amazing to me. And you
I've
self-taught
always,
on the
mm-hmm.
bass and
Self. Well, let
wow.
me say this. Let me say this. I've always, even in high school when I was in music, I've always had trouble with music theory.
Right, right, right.
And even in college, I took a music theory class in college that I wanted to take. And I did very well in that class because I had other people in there to help me that was in the band.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
I would tell them, I was like, yo, like, I can hear by ear, but I cannot read on music.
Right.
And so they would help me, and the teacher would help me to, with the music theory. And even now, I'm still studying music theory. I have a book at home just to study.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but with the guitar, I bought my guitar. Well, one of my guitars I bought in 2020 to practice, and I
Mm.
taught myself on that guitar with the help of YouTube. And
Amazing.
I went to a music school called 601 Music Studios Arts and Academy. It's on Lakeland Drive.
Mm-hmm.
I took that. I went to school for I want to say 6 months, 6 months, and I had a guy to teach me the theory, and I've gotten better from learning that. I learned triads and things like that. So I wanted a one-on-one experience on top of myself being self-taught.
Mm-hmm.
And so after 6 months, I left the school. I would say I graduated, and
Mm-hmm.
I said, well, I guess I'm going to teach continue on what the skills that he taught me. I'm gonna take that on and just navigate. And now he's in Nashville, so I wouldn't have no other teacher than him. So he's gone, so I wouldn't probably go back.
Yeah.
But that the guitar was self-taught with help, and the bass. I wanted to learn bass when I was 17 years old.
Mm.
I had I requested this particular person to help me, and his name is Nate Henson. He's one of the baddest bass players in Jackson, Mississippi.
Shout
He
out
taught
Nate.
me, yeah, he taught me how to play bass, the fundamentals of playing bass. And he would give me, I think we would do like a 30-minute to 45-minute lesson. And we didn't stay, I think me and him, it was 3 months, maybe 3 to 4 months.
Mm.
And he told me, he said, if you can sing it, you can play it.
Mm.
And he sent me on. And so from that point, I always think about that, like, if you can sing it, you can play it. So I've had some great experiences with my guitars, and my mother, she plays piano, so
Wow.
she has the piano books at home, to
Mm-hmm.
study and whatever. But I was like, Mom, I don't want to play piano. I want to play the guitars. Like I want to be funky. Like I want to stand up and sing and play. I want to groove and
Right.
move. And so that's why I never wanted to get into piano, because I just felt like I would just be sitting there, be trying to dance and sing on the piano. But it's okay. But I want
Yeah.
to.
Hey, piano is a vibe, and the older I get, I wish I would have learned how to play piano because I just see myself now with a buttoned up, open chest hair showing. I got the cigar in my mouth with the cognac sitting on top, just
Yeah,
playing the. That's a vibe, but
it
I
is.
applaud you for sticking with that music theory. I dropped the whole program at University of Memphis because I just could not get it. I did not understand.
And
It was a tough course for you, boy.
it's still tough, but you know what? Just keep reading the books, man. Keep reading the books. Order the book
Yeah,
and try to make time. Try to make time for it.
yeah. I love to challenge myself, so I probably get on that.
Yeah,
Um, Key to the City podcast. We got the Queen Allie Durr in here. What's urban gospel?
I would say urban gospel is the contemporary. It's not based off tradition.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it's the sound. It's the message.
For sure.
And I love neo soul. I was born into gospel music, but I grew to love neo soul because of the sound of the guitar sound of the
Come on, yeah.
bass.
Mm-hmm.
And the things that I say, the things that I write, comes strictly from the heart. It comes from experiences. It comes from bad relationships, good
Mm-hmm.
relationships. It comes from, you know, things within. And so I like to read books. I like to read literature. Um, I
Mm-hmm.
take things from the Bible as, as wisdom and knowledge. And so I compile all those things. And I mix them in with different musical influences. And that's why that's why I say urban gospel, because that's what I was born in. So you gonna feel that energy when I'm singing or performing, you're gonna feel it. So, I don't like to, you know, consider myself as just one genre.
Okay. Because I was gonna ask, would that be considered secular? Or are you
Now,
a gospel artist?
let me say this. I'm
Come
a
on, break it
gospel
down.
artist. I'm a gospel artist, and this is something that I'm discovering
Okay.
with entering into music. I'm discovering this. I'm a gospel artist, and I say that it's the message that delivers out. The sound is just the compilation of what is out of the ingredients of what you want that particular song to be. So people would say it's secular because it's not the traditional gospel that they hear. But
I
I wouldn't
don't.
say,
I don't think I would
oh,
say it's secular. Because
yeah,
when I listen to you, I get a vibe of sounds of blackness.
somebody else told me that.
I think I might be mistaken, but I think they kind of created a lane for that. Because it's not no stomp. People say you're not,
Mm-hmm.
but at the same time, I still feel the spirit from you, and at the same time, I still feel relatable situations from you, so to speak. And it's not that gospel music. Some people feel that gospel music tends to push a message down their throat, but I feel like what's the word for it? You make it palatable.
Mm-hmm.
Because I grew up in the church as well, and on the melodies from heaven and all that. But I feel like I don't know. I think you kind of in the lane of your own. What do you think?
Yeah,
Or
I,
are
and I
there other
think
artists?
I think so too, because um I want to create a lane of my own. Like, I don't want to
Mm-hmm.
be categorized into this and to that. And so one of my favorite artists is Stevie Wonder.
Yeah. Mm.
Stevie Wonder has a catalog of sounds that can go anywhere.
Come on.
And so I cater to him other than his lyrics, but I cater to his sound and where he comes from. One of my favorite songs is Ass and um till I reach the higher ground.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I researched Till I Reach the Higher Ground to actually see, okay, what was he actually going through with that? He said that how he came up with Till I Reach the Higher Ground. He said he was in an accident.
Mm.
He was in a bad accident. I think a 18-wheeler truck was carrying some logs or something on the truck, and it hit him to where he was. I don't want to lie on the man, but either he was in a coma or something happened to him,
Mm-hmm.
and he had already wrote and developed the song Till I Reached the Higher Ground. So when he got out, I guess he had a part where he was reincarnated. What's the word? He
Reincarnated.
came, yeah, reincarnated. He felt like he was reincarnated when he wrote that song. So he finished it.
Mm.
So when I went back to lyrics, I said, okay, that's that's the tragedy that caused him to make that song.
Mm-hmm.
And I performed that song back in August, and it almost felt like I knew exactly what he was talking about.
Mm.
So that's why I say it's the spirit that a person has in their music.
Mm-hmm.
It's the just the energy and the
Mm-hmm.
soul that they have. I would consider myself as a soul artist, a soul music
For
artist.
sure. For sure.
So that's what I say. I want to create my own lane, not to be categorized in a type of genre.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you want me to go to church, I'll take it there.
Mm. Come on.
If you want me to give you a vibe, I'll take you there too. If you want me to give you something else, I'll take you there too. So it's
Mm-hmm.
like I'm versatile in those areas. So
I agree. So what's your like what's your version of success, idea of success with this, or is there one? Do you just do this out of love, or do you have ultimate goals to see yourself as a full-time artist, or you just enjoy making the music? Because we don't, do we have any full projects, like full-length projects?
Like an album or an EP
Come on, we need
is
that.
in the is in the works.
Okay.
Is in the works. I actually have a song that I've been performing. It's going to
Mm-hmm.
be released before the year ends. It's called "Don't Let It Go." So
Okay.
be on the lookout for that one. Um, listen, and that song that was supposed to be on the EP.
That's my jam.
But there were people after after a couple of my performances, there were people like, "How can I get your music? You got some music out?" Da 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 da. So they kept asking me about more music. So
Mm-hmm.
I told the producer, I said, you know what? I was thinking about doing an EP. I said, but people keep asking me for more music. And I was like, if it's something that they need, I was like, when I give it to them, you
Mm-hmm.
know, why I have it as I'm working on it now. I just let's give it to them. And so I talked with the sound engineer, and he thought it was like a incredible idea. It's like, yeah, Ali, just yeah, go on, just put it out there.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, there is an album in the works, and
Ooh.
there's an album in the works, and I really with this, I really see myself working with my producer and the same guys that's been on the music, and a couple of more people,
Mm-hmm.
a couple more different people. And when I say I'm envisioning this, it's going to be probably a great project. I'm speaking. It's going to be a great project. Um, my success with this, I feel like I know this is my call. I know this is somewhere that I'm supposed to be
Mm-hmm.
because I get breakthrough just from performing and
Mm-hmm.
singing. I hear sounds, I hear music, I record it, I save them. And even with the people, multiple people that come in the DMs that I receive, that I wouldn't even think of, have people have I haven't even heard of DM me saying, I love what you're doing. Keep doing music. Keep it up. We need
Thanks.
this.
Mm-hmm.
That's another step as okay, you're there. I do see myself as a full-time musician, as a full-time artist. I just don't know when because I'm actually I won't say I'm afraid, but I haven't been in that place and I don't know
Mm-hmm.
how that place feels, but I have a deep down inside, I know that this career is supposed to continue on. It's supposed to continue on because of the people that take their time to connect to me,
Mm-hmm.
and I know they have their schedules are very tedious,
Mm-hmm.
and for them to take their time out to connect to me and talk to me and make sure that I'm staying on course and preparing me to be a successful artist in the music industry. I know God is taking me somewhere. So it's just the signs that I see, just the confirmations and things like that. So um, that's
I think you have a
that's
healthy fear. I don't think it's a fear that you would allow to cripple you and make you stagnant. Anything that you haven't experienced for the first time, you're gonna be a little nervous about it. So, but like you say, as God continue to give you signs, you know you're on the right track. And then the type of music you make, it don't matter when you break or whatever. Your level of success will be what it is, and you recognize it once you're there. Ain't like you a rapper. You know what I'm saying? They put age limits on rappers, but they let these rock and roll artists tour to the 80s, and
Yeah, they
I
do.
never understood that, man. But we do that to ourselves,
Mm-hmm.
but it's whatever. But this has been a very intriguing interview, and I felt like we had a heartfelt one-on-one, and it was just good to learn more about you and why your music is the way it is. And I definitely understand, and we definitely need more of it because we
Yeah,
definitely fiending for it. And that's like I say, I'll be 40 next year, Lord willing, and I'm kind of shying away from rap slowly but surely. I'm more over my Afro beats and R&B and
yeah.
Ari Lennox and Jill Scott. So that's the lanes I put you in. And
Yep, and I get that too.
yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
get the Lauren Hill. I
Come
get
on,
the
the Badu,
I get
Badu.
the Badu. And
What about?
what's so crazy is that I listened I listened to them when I was in college.
Mhm.
But sometimes you can't listen to them all of the time because you'll start copying what they do.
Right,
So
right.
that's why I'm like, say I don't listen to a lot of music, and I just, kind of feed off of what I hear, and then I just, take to somebody, they make it popping or whatever. So, but I do get that Lauren Hill and Badu and
Sade,
India Ari,
India.
Sade.
Yeah.
Yep,
What about Janae Aiko?
I haven't got her.
Hmm. Okay.
I haven't got her.
Well, she probably too freaky anyway. But yeah. But yeah, we gonna end it on that. Key to the City podcast. I want y'all to give it up for the Queen Allie Durr for stopping through. And y'all go out there, support her music. She gonna be dropping more. She already told us right here, so we got it on tape. She can't
Yeah.
lie, and we're gonna hold her to it. Make sure y'all support her, and we appreciate y'all continue to support the platform. And I'm Mr. Key to the City. I thank
Shout out
y'all.
to Key to the City, y'all.
Appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all. Appreciate all the love, man. Peace, love, blessings. We out.
All right, y'all.